Good morning. Today I'm birding on foot, or at least this morning. This is the area I call the clear cut. You can see why. This was all thick wood. Okay, here's what I want to show you. I hope I can. Let me climb up there and then I'll show you, because I know I might drop the camera. The entire middle of this tract is low, and therefore, with all the rain we had, we have this big vernal pool, and you can just hear the frogs. Literally thousands out there. So here I am. I worked my way up to the water, the edge of the water. You can see it's quite big. It's shrinking though. It was much bigger. We've had a few days with no rain, but now we've got some more rain coming, so it's not going to disappear. Not anytime soon. And I'm going to show you also, it's on the other side of the road too. I'm going to make my way over there. I can hear the towhees. There's a lot of dove out here. Yellow. There's one of the yellow rumps that's been working. Oops. He came out of that brush pile. There's a lot of little birds in there. I'm not close enough to see. Let's see, here he is. There he went. He's so busy I can't keep him in the frame. Made my way up to the edge of the pool, the main pool. There's lots of little pools around too, so you can see what a habitat it creates. It's really quite amazing. Most of the frogs here are on the other side of the road. They saw me, so they hushed. They're probably all in these piles of brush, and you know, out there I can imagine that that's full of frogs. That pine warbler, he's still around. He's way over there. You can see him. Maybe you can't so far. Killdeers are still over here. They're over in that area. I'm gonna go over there in a few minutes. But my point here is, okay, you look at this and it looks like destruction. And in a way it is. Excuse me, it's change from what we're used to seeing. But, you know, look. There's opportunity. There's opportunity. And even though, you know, like I said, I'm so on the fence, but having lived here for so many years and seeing how it is sustainable, like this area where I'm standing, it was a field. When I first moved here back in the 70s, this was like a soybean field. Okay, it was totally cleared. And then they started planting pine. And they planted this field the same year my son was born. So that was 38 years ago. So let's just say, and I know that they successively cut at 16 intervals of 16. So they go in and selective cut after 16 years. And then they clear cut it this last time. So just think every 38 years it'll go through this cycle. That's not natural, but the animals are able to adapt. Here's my towhee over here. He's a yellow-eyed towhee. We usually have the red eye here, so this is kind of interesting. I'm on the eastern side of the Vernal Pool and the clear cut. I've been down here a couple of hours this morning. Well, maybe not. Maybe 1 hour. And saw all kinds of neat birds. Nothing new for the radius. Not yet, anyway. But we had a heavy rain last night, so the pool got an extra dose of water. It's breezy, so it almost looks like it has a current. But that's just the breeze blowing it. But it's quite large, isn't it? Found this egg casing. I think it's a spider. I've seen these before, and I always think they're spider. So I don't know. But anyway, it's interesting, right? It's interesting to see what's living out here. This is a sign of what tree was here. This is the hickory nut. There's the casing. It's a really hard, thick shell, or an outer casing. And then here's the nut itself. This one's been here a while. Look, rotten inside. But they're kind of tasty, but there's a lot of work to get to them. Hickory is a beautiful tree. Look, that one's got a worm in it. Hello, sorry, didn't know you were in there. I'll try to put it back together. They're beautiful in the fall. Oh, the bright yellow leaves. So, they're gorgeous. Put it back together and put this on top. Gorgeous tree to have in your forest. Of course, it takes years to grow a mature hickory. I guess they cut it. I don't really know which stump it was. Probably this one. I don't know. It's hard to tell without the bark or anything. I'm headed to the second pool. It's over here. It's not as productive as the one on the other side. I hear a nuthatch, brown-headed nuthatch over here. Just, first impressions. I need to come down here and pick up cans. I see a lot of them have developed. We picked them up about 2 weeks ago. We usually keep this road picked up. Definitely hear nuthatch. Brown-headed nuthatch. Frog. There's always some song sparrow out here, generally. Let me get a little closer, see what I can. As you can see, left on its own devices, it would return to a savanna. You see all the sedge grasses that have grown in. That's typical what South Carolina and this area was, a savanna, pretty much. Which is tall, long leaf pine, but not crowded together like those are. Just, you know, here and there, and all this grass, sedge grass underneath, is very dependent on fire, and that's why they do a lot of burning when they plant long leaf pine. I love all the grasses. To me, they're just so beautiful. To go my killdeer. Just 2 spots in this. This is what we call a paint rock. See how it's in the sand. This one's not very big, but usually well, you get even bigger than this. And if you crack it open, it has, I'm probably going to say the wrong thing, but it's ferrous oxide. It's like rust. Anyway, it's a red powder. And the Indians who lived in this area would crack these open with another rock. They're very soft, it's just sandstone. And get the powder out and mix it with animal fat and use it to make their skin markings, you know, like paint their faces or whatever they did. Pretty cool, huh? I have a collection. But I don't think I need another one, so I'm gonna put this one back. Sometimes they get big and round like that, like tennis ball size. Those ones, like a tennis ball, are almost like a geode because you can crack them open. And so it's hollow inside, it's full of powder. Pretty cool.